So it is going to be KB2 versus Chavo, the Incineroar, the defender of the house, the last defender available. And we are getting into grand finals. It is best of 5. Chavo has to reset KB2 to possibly get back into it. I believe they had a really good set earlier today that went to game 3. I believe it was possibly the first one or the second one on stream. But even so, KB2's been immaculate, but he's getting cooked to start off already. Chavo trying to go out there with the Darkness Lariat to cover the temple recovery. Very smart option. But this is where Joker gets to come in and play his game. Now he's got Arsene on deck. Keep away is the game, but you need to keep away long enough. A Lone Whip is going to take the first stock. Chavo already coming in after everybody's trying to say that he was just done. Uh-oh. Alright, so luckily the tether recovery is high enough. KB2 is still going to be able to get himself back. And KB2 is pretty much getting boxed out very hard. This is not something you're really used to seeing out of Joker, but one of the big strengths of Incineroar is that if you're constantly have to be in his face, you take big damage like that. Just went straight to 76. But your best friend in the bar brawl is here, Arsene, big brother on deck. I mean, it ain't really helping at all. But KB2, you know, after that first set, you know, KB2 going right back into it. We did see some very solid adjustments from KB2 in that set against Koga, so we'll see if KB2 is able to make them. But right now, he's got to be looking possibly into game number 2. He's got a whole set to play with as well. He's got the reset on his side, but Chavo is running with this lead. No, all right. Tries to go for a hard punish here with the forward smash, landing directly in front of him. Figure, you know, he is at KO percent, but you unfortunately not able to find it just yet. Goes off stage, tries to look for the back air, and if that traded, that would have been at a very bad spot for KB because pretty much everything Chavo can do right now with this extra stocks up. He can kind of go off stage, maybe drop a Darkest Lariat on him, try to go for a spike. Speaking of Darkest Lariat, it's just been an incredible hit off me tool so far. Alright, there we go. The back air is going to take it though. There's no amount of DI in the world that is going to keep you alive after that. Oh, tries to call out a jump attempt from KB, trying to get a little bit aggressive, not going to hit. But KB2 is doing a solid job of bringing his back. He's barely taking any damage on this last stock here. Trying to keep the damage up. Oh, unfortunately though, your air dodge directly in front of Incineroar, which is a very reactable Lone Whip. Oh, goes deep off stage to catch Chavo going for the attempt at the Darkest Lariat to catch him on his recovery. So Lee gets himself back in the game. What's he gonna do here? Tries to, you know, you have to play it slow. You have to play your time properly here. You can't really kind of like overcommit because especially now, one more Lone Whip is going to be the end of the game. But forward air is gonna push him back off stage at least. Can he find the down tilt? No, he's gonna call out the jump though with the forward air. Now not being oh, he just misses the timing on the Lone Whip on the neutral get up. That was 100% like a frame or two off. Up throw's pretty much live as well, or F tilt Cheeto fingers. That is Chavo taking the first game. Chavo, I wish I had the player came up right now so I could show you guys, but Chavo immediately just turned around to everybody and said, "Call me free again." But Chavo getting himself on the board. Looks like the wrong stage was picked. So they're going to be switching it off to Town and City. This was what the last stage that KB2 did win on against Koga, so maybe feeling a little bit more comfortable here. One of the scary things that can happen here is the fact that the side blast zones are much smaller. So this does make it very easy for Incineroar to get early kills, but because the platforms will eventually be gone, it does make it a bit easier for KB2 to kind of keep him out. So maybe that's his game plan here, just have flat stage, keep the pressure on, or just take 25% for shooting a gun. Yeah, you see KB2 already started to slow it down. It's like, alright, I went into it. Chavo had that roll red so hard with that down air, but just missed. Speaking of reads, though, KB2 getting the read on the stock odds with the platform, trying to get some pressure on the platform here. I like the back air just to kind of check if Chavo ran off immediately. Okay, so Nair 1 Dragon, he doesn't really like to go for a lot of Nair 1 into like Dragon off air or anything like that, especially if it's out of position. He likes to go for air dodge reads down. And also, if he recognizes people jump too much in that spot, he can still get the jump reads anyways. So I like the mix-ups from KB2. Nice reversal with the back air. The cross chop should still get him back. And bounces him off the platform too, so he actually avoids the punish. Alright, Gun's gonna get him in just enough to be able to get the, get a grab, not enough to get a KO though. Still plenty of Arsene meter on deck, so Chavo's gotta be super careful, and he is dead. Back arrow, do it. It's 32%, 38 increasing, calls out the revenge. KB2 looking for a high recovery there as well, trying to get one of those strong backers, but he still can't. That definitely would have killed Incineroar. Goes to cross off high and avoids the forward smash as well. And had it covered too with the revenge. I think he probably would have gotten hit if he crossed off right in front of him though, so. The adjustments for KB2 are looking really good here in game number 2. Definitely seems like the Tana City pick is a very, a much better comfort pick for him so far. He's also doing an excellent job of stalling off the stage too. A lot of downtime though, gonna get called out on the jump, but still with 116% on, so definitely got plenty of worth out of that stop. Alright, throws the guns out, kind of keeps him at bay, trying to back him off. Oh, a couple jab staggers, just trying to put some pressure on him. Oh, Chavo had to jump right as well there, but at 166%, pretty much, even without Arsene, a straight back here might actually take it out. Gets hit for the attempt at trying to go for the Nair, but luckily for Chavo, he still has his revenge stock and his life, and going for 2 rolling whips to try to get out of there. Oh, just hard call that jump out too. These down guns have been incredible and kind of keep any type of attempt at these up air calls or juggles from Chavo, but that back air is going to do it. KB2, again, see, KB2 is doing like a really good job on these adjustments after that first game. I think this stage definitely helped a lot. Tries to go for a down air 2 frame, not going to get it just yet, so Chavo still gets to play a bit longer in this. It's not like he's out yet. This is Incineroar still, especially on town. Tries to go for the jump read, a low and whip, try to cover himself as well if he maybe rolls in. These revenges have done an excellent job of kind of stopping these combos, and the back air is going to do it. So this is still very much doable for Chavo to get game number 2 here if he can find a couple solid openings, especially off of maybe a down throw. But KB2 keeping that pressure up, he's been getting a much better here in the second game with not only calling out tech chases, but calling out jumps too. Yeah, he's playing so patient. This is pretty much what he did against Koga too. Like after Koga, kind of like, I mean, the best way to put it is scraped him in that first game that he switched to Lucina. He completely stalled it out. It's like, nope, no, I'm shutting this down. I'm slowing it down. Especially here against Incineroar too. The last thing you want to do is like go in too much because Brenda's getting pushed off stage. Chavo's slowly starting to work his way back in, but does get dash attack back off stage. Okay, there we go. The low and whip, the short hop low and whip finally caught his target. These down guns are almost. I think he might have possibly gotten a kill there too with how close he was to the blast zone. But the F-tilt is going to not take it actually. Incineroar is a beefy boy. Cross chop is also going to get by that. Oh, that's his jump. This is still very doable. Can Chavo find it? Tries to catch the Nair on the recovery, not gonna catch his mark. He's got to watch out for these back airs. Oh, Revenge is gonna get in the back air. Also, we're pretty much at, yeah, we're at an even game. Percent does not matter here, and that is Chavo taking game 2, bringing it back after how excellent KB2 kept him out that whole game. This is why you never count out Incineroar on Tana City. That's so stressful for literally anybody. Like, once you get to last stock against Incineroar, you just have to expect the fact that you could possibly die dumb early on Tana City for making a few mistakes, but Chavo kept getting small reads and small wins to get himself back in the game, and unfortunately for KB2, he couldn't seal the deal. So Chavo on the verge of possibly resetting the bracket.
3, 2, 1.
Running it back to Tana City 2, I don't disagree with that because the game was working just fine a majority of the game. That time, they'll take it 25% for the down guns. It seems like Chavo's starting to get a bit of a different game plan on how to approach the down guns. Consistent bread and butters, though, always going to be so good for Joker, especially against characters like Incineroar, because even though he's got Nair and he's got Revenge, you could call those out. Speaking of Revenge, that's a decent trade, 50% to 77, but still, you know, Joker holding a very small percent lead, but this is still, outside of, like, being at KO percent, you never want to feel comfortable with the lead against someone like Incineroar. I like what Chavo's doing here. He's, like, doing a lot of fading fairs to try to, like, jump check him, to kind of keep him buried in the corner. Speaking of buried in the corner, goodbye. Chavo doing a pretty solid job of getting some like third game conditioning here, because KB2 is pretty much avoiding that the entire time in those other matches. Oh, all right. So yeah, you let that one rip. He just gets stage position. He tries to call out the jump as well with the forward air. KB2 has got to be very careful when he goes for these edge guard attempts, because if you get grabbed by a low whip, at any point in time, Chavo could just choose to kind of trade with him and free fall as well, being a stock up. So. Outside of with the Arsene would make that back. Alright, hard punish there. Catches him with the forward smash. Luckily, just out of range of it, too. Oh, punishes him hard with the forward smash right there. The KB2 almost catching him with the down air. That would have given him not a massive lead, but would have given him a stock lead. Gets caught by a low whip again, though, because of Town and City, you're dead. The strength of Town and City in favor of Incineroar pretty much on this counter pick here. Like, it's definitely not been a bad stage by any means for KB2, but as this match has progressed, gets called for holding shield in place after the double fair. Chavo reads him on the attempt to get away to a Darkest Lariat. Chavo getting a solid lead here. I like the attempt of going deep off stage, but Chavo dodges it. You want to find yourself one of those back airs, a little bit out of range, but hard call on that, and you might just be dead because that Revenge was on a smash attack, and Chavo resets the bracket with a 3-0. Now we are in true finals. Chavo taking it 3-0 in the reset prior. So let's see what KB2's adjustments are going to be, because Chavo is running hot right now after that. So my guess is we're probably not going to be seeing Town and City again after what happened, because even though Town and City worked pretty well to start, it was very apparent that the strengths and benefits of those small blast films like became really good for Incineroar in the end there. Alright, let's see, both of them just kind of waiting a second, trying to figure out what they're going to be going to, what they're going to do next. Joker. Alright, here we go, running it into the next game. Alolan Whip immediately started things off with 25%. Chavo already trying to condition him in the corner. You got to watch out for your shield there. Solid job of punishing the Alolan Whip 2 times. I mean, Chavo is very committed, so he will keep that up like as it goes. It's kind of hard to condition him out of doing that. But KB2, unfortunately for KB2, like pretty much every one of the non-true strings where these uppers have happened, Revenge is almost always there. Chavo's kind of caught on to the fact, like, you know what? I mean, you're not punishing me for this, nor am I getting hit hard enough here, so it's kind of working out. The KB2 has Arsene on deck. If you wanted to feel comfortable ever, this is the time to do it. Also, nice delay from Chavo, but unfortunately he gets hit by the back air, and he's not making that back. Nice job from KB2. I don't know if that was a hard read, but that was definitely solid option coverage. You always want to put back air out in that position. Decent damage. Gets the read in again. Gets a re-grab as well, all the way up to 48%. Very nice solid start. And gets a dash attack too. Reads the tech chase in again. 71, 83. KB2 running with a borderline a 0 to death possibly here. Finally gets hit off stage with the Darkest Lariat. That's the same way that he got Chavo last time too. Chavo went off stage, struck up for Darkest Lariat to cover the tether grab. That's usually very good against tethers, but KB has pretty much recognized, well, if you miss, that's a downer for me, especially if I'm a stock up. Oh, just misses the timing on the neutral get up too. But KB2 definitely gotta be feeling way better about this situation here. He has covered every single one of these roll-ins. This is like the third or fourth one at this point. Speaking of which, another one right there. Multiple revenges is trying to back him off. KB2 has slowed this game down incredibly. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to swing. I'm going to do something first and then wait for your reaction after. And now with Arsene, especially with 2 stocks up, it's pretty much like trade windows. Like throw AHA out, try to get the damage over time. There it is right there. And then just wait for that one mistake. Up tilt covers multi-hits on that to actually send them back up. Alright, there you go. Chavo finally finds himself his first stock, but KB2 cruising with a pretty solid lead here. Chavo did make a comeback in that game 2 on Town and City, but the way things are going so far, it seems like KB2's kind of got a pretty solid lead on taking this. Like, this is pretty much his game to lose right now, which he's not. Oh, never mind. Thought he had the drag down up air into up smash in that spot. He's just gonna miss 160% on Incineroar, and he finally finds the down guns. He's been looking for that like the entire set so far. So KB2 in the reset gets himself the first game on the board after getting 3 out. So that's definitely gotta feel good about that after what happened in the set prior. In true finals, KB2 came here all the way from South Carolina, not specifically for us, but happens to be here. It's still fun to have, it's always great to have, I would say, invaders out this way and being able to host them, have a good time. And, you know, even though it's a small bracket today, still making an attempt to take it all. It is winner take all today because it was round robin, but this is the true finals of the post bracket. Alright, Revenge is going to get him back in, and the Darkest Lariat is going to get himself some solid damage too. Tries to call out a spot dash with the roll whip, doesn't matter though. Chavo is starting to turn things back up. I love this set. I really like this set. A lot of constant adjustments between these two. Let's go for a hard read on air dodge down there after. I mean, then again, you know, you could also be trying to call a Revenge in that spot too, so that's a pretty good attempt. Is he going to go all the way up top? Nope, this guy's like, wait for Chavo. Once again, calls out for Revenge with the forward smash and catches him on the high recovery after the lone whip. You get stuck in quite a bit of a long animation there too, so back there is going to take it. And lone whip is not going to be able to kill from that far off, but now for, yeah, exactly. KB2 has been doing that all day. Oh, that was, I like the attempt, but Chavo immediately saw through it, threw out that forward tilt, and covered him. But using the guns after the AHA, just trying to like get yourself on, catch somebody slipping. Down throw is going to get rid of Revenge, get the re-grab, continue the pressure. Unfortunately for him, I mean, that was not a massive Revenge. It was only like the last hit, but gets the grab again anyways. Chavo is very committed to the bit too. Like he's gone for quite a few roll-ins on tech chase, but at some point, like it's pretty good because you go for those in the same spot, and yeah, you're getting hit. But as the set progresses, if you start changing up at the right time, it's on KB to react. But KB with a % lead right now gets another punish on the whip to low whip, and once again punishes him under Revenge on the landing. So KB, if anything, has been doing an excellent job of calling out these relatively aggressive options, or I mean, even though it's a defensive option, Revenge in itself is still an aggressive option on landing. There you go again, gets the re-grab, gets another grab, tries to call him on maybe air dodge down or some type of attempt at a swing there. And even though you don't get anything of that, the forwarder still you're still able to get the frame tap, keep the pressure up on that tech chase away. Calls out the jump. Is he gonna go off stage? Yes, he is. Goes for the high recovery, especially with a stock up. And KB2, after getting reset, has now answered back with 2 games up on Chavo. Chavo did an excellent job in the reset, but this do happen sometimes. When you're in a spot where you're behind, trying to make your way back, and you just get thick if you just get it out. So that's the big key. If you're in grand finals winner's side, if you lose that set, you better be aware of what happened and hope you get that data. And it seems like KB2 has figured that out so far. KB2 is currently up 2 games on Chavo here in grand finals of Towers to Takeover number 4. And he once again spot dodges and avoids the Alone Whips. The Alone Whips have not been as on target, I'll say, in this one, but Chavo already starting things off with a decent lead. Granted gets followed up immediately afterwards, and yep, already calling out a lot, pretty much all these tech rolls in. Like, you could see KB is always positioning himself for the tech roll in because he realizes Chavo's probably going to do it. It's been pretty high on the amount of times he has so far. Goes deep off stage, and Chavo with the tech though, going to avoid the forward air. Solid edge guard attempt though from KB2. Oh, reads the jump. Can Chavo find the down tilt to the ledge maybe? Nope, just kind of waiting for him to get back on. Uses the double jump, and he tries to get aggressive there with the Alone Whip, but luckily Darkest Lair backs him off. Very, very, very even first stock here. KB2 going for the low recovery right there. So figured he could maybe force an air dodge or something out of Chavo by just fading in, try to throw the back air out. Back air out of shield is going to force KB2 back off stage. We are just a whole minute in with how quickly these two have been taking out each other's stocks, and still, no stock on yet, but Darkest Lariat is actually going to do it. It looks like KB2 is maybe trying to fade away a bit, and it looks like solid DI, but that's going to be enough. I mean, KB2's still been like doing an extra job, so let's see if he can close this stock. Tries to get the fair one drag down into maybe down smash or up smash. Down good attempt. Not going to be in a good enough position to really get anything out of it, but the Alone Whip is not on its target, and that is going to be a KO. KB2 is so, I like how aggressive KB2 is off stage too. Like usually at ledge you kind of pick, like people are very scared, but KB2 has some very solid like mix-ups in the way he approaches it between the gun, the AHA cancels, and such. So it's actually get some like, and that's a decent amount of damage from ledge. He's got all these guns, and you took 30 at the end. Like, the gun's just like an annoyance to Incineroar. And there's out a shielder now doing a very solid job. Chavo calls him out on the jump with the fair. Can he get the KO? And reads the roll with the F tilt. So Chavo mixing it up at ledge now, and he able to get himself a lead. It's been a little bit since caught a lead too, but this is definitely where you feel comfortable in that spot. Also, we haven't really switched stage either. It's all been PS2s here in the Grand Final reset. Darkest Lariat covering the roll in. Chavo now pretty much beating every single scramble that KB2 has been in with him. Can KB2 find the back air? No, he's not going to get it. Tries to look for a spot dodge there with the back air, but back throw's going to put him off stage. Arsene's pretty much gone within like the next second, but he does find himself the enhanced power to AHOT, so that does help out. Fair drag down, fair drag down, excuse me, but Incineroar is a beefy boy, going to live just a bit longer. Probably not another one of those, but actually, I like that attempt on paper. You go for cross shot there because all your defensive options are gone, and then you catch him slipping with that cross shot, but KB2 held on the shield, did not let that happen. Chavo finds himself the forward air though. Can he find himself the game? We'll see. Just misses the F tilt on the roll read. He was on target with the read, but just out of space. Oh, KB2 just barely missing, getting hit by that Alone Whip, and Chavo up throw, maybe? No, up throw's not going to do it just yet, even with the pummels. Another one will definitely do it, though. Yeah, KB, yeah, you see KB2, yeah, KB is not about that, but you know what, the back air is still not going to do it yet either at 161, and now Arsene is here to play, so if there was ever a time for KB2 to make a run back, this is definitely it. There's the back air. Is he going to be able to win at the ledge, just not catch the down air or the down tilt, but Sen means nothing to Darkest Lariat. That is Chavo getting himself back in the set here in the reset. That was definitely a hard fought game too, because at the very end, KB2 was able to get Arsene like right at the end. So that's where all of a sudden shit kind of hits the fan. Things get scary. Let's see what happens here. Both of them just kind of giving themselves a pause for a second before we go into the next game. I wish I could see if the player cam was actually working today, but it is what it is. Alright, still another potential chance for KB2 to take Towers Takeover number 4, unless Chavo can make the run back. We're running it right back here to PS2. Setting things up with the immediate gun, just kind of like the vibe check, like, hey, back up. And then you take 16% from one forwarder, but Joker also has very consistent combos, so it's not like he has an issue getting that damage back. He does have an issue with holding a clothesline to the whole neck, though. His neck is cracked back. Back air out of shield. Much more of a scrap this time around. Like the game prior, you could see KB2 kind of like slowed it down a bit, but now he's like, all right, nope, that didn't work out in the last game. So let's box once again with Chavo. Catches the missed tech with the dash attack. Guns off stage, not going to do it, especially with cross chop as well. Cross chop kind of beats that out. Cross chop is it's not the greatest recovery move, but it's relatively solid because of the fact that it actually like challenges things with the small bit of armor it has. Unfortunately for Chavo, he has revenge once again right in front of him. He's been trying to call him because he knows at some point KB2 is gonna pull the trigger there, but KB2's just been so consistent with his patience on his landings. F tilt, not the sweet spot though. That's not gonna do it. Chavo is also gonna get hit by the AHA, so he's forced to give up ledge control. However, Arsene is gone, so this is an opportunity. If he can catch him with maybe a forward air at the ledge, might do it at this point. Come back here, is gonna force him off stage. A throw would definitely do it if he can catch him there. Oh, and he reads the tech in place, and Chavo catches him with the alone whip. That's Chavo taking the first stock. Using all these nairs out of shields, kind of like putting an aggressive option out there. He's at 163, so this is borrow time anyways. Might as well get as many trades as you can. Oh, he had the roll read covered too. Oh, but no actual punisher from KB2, so unfortunately for KB2, he missed an opportunity to get a KO there. I like a lot of these short hop alone whips. Like they cover quite a few options, and it messes people up because you're sitting there trying to react to maybe, you know, a jump fair or something. Speaking of which, oh, you almost caught him with the F tilt, but that is going to be KB2 catching him with the back air. I like the patience from Chavo. It's like, why just run right at Arsene? Just gotta chill, wait, let it rock. Speaking of which, all right, so he finds himself the grab, but he's only able to get 16%. So Arsene really couldn't do anything in the next stock. KB2 just trying to get that pressure on, just trying to force, like, basically try to keep Chavo buried at the ledge, and if he's not at the ledge, he kind of backs off and waits for Chavo to do something aggressive out of disadvantage. Chavo's starting to adjust to all of these cancel AHAs. The F tilt's not going to do it just yet either. Tries to call him with the forward air as well. The condition, forward air is so good at ledge. Like, Incineroar's got such a good ledge chopping kit that people don't realize because his character's so dumb slow that it takes forever him to get to you anyways. And he's kind of a hard player, like, character to play at high level. But Chavo doing an excellent job of it here. Forward air is going to force him back off stage once again. Hard punish on that Tetra card attempt. I mean, I don't disagree with it because he's throwing out a couple of down tilts, but Chavo just conditioned him to that. It's like, you know what? I'm going to put these down tilts out and pick you out. So Chavo is potentially going to get himself back another game. Could we see a game 10? Excuse me, not game 10. Do we see a game 5 here in the reset? Chavo did 3-0. There's no game 10 possibility there. Force Smash is not going to be on the mark. Chavo alone whipping himself out, but Revenge is there to get himself some fear. Tries to go for a second revenge stack there, trying to catch him getting aggressive, and calls out the jump straight to 73%. F tilt tries to cover the roll in again. Not going to do it there, so he back throw, actually no down throw, okay. Figured he'd go for stage position, but instead he's kind of keeping it up, catches him with the forward air. Arsene's barely done anything, tries to catch him with the alone whip, misses though. High cross chop's going to get away from any back airs. Now things are getting rough for KB here in this game number 4 because he just lost Arsene. His primary kill options are gone, and he doesn't get any more because he finally gets hit by the Darkest Lyria, and we get a game 5. This is what I love to see. I love to see sets go the distance, especially after, you know, the pre this set, KB2, he got 3-0'd, and he made the adjustments. Now I was hoping in the pre-reset that KB2 would make the adjustments then to maybe get into game 5. But after that, KB2 had a nice solid 2-game lead, and then Chavo made some incredible adjustments. So it seems like they're both figuring it out. You know, a big part of it being KB calling out a lot of these aggressive revenges, and Chavo catching a lot of these rolls. And now we're here in game 5, all the way back to PS2, no scenery change. Let's see who takes it. It is winners take all tonight. Who's going to be the one to take the money? Right now, KB2 just putting some pressure on to try to get the damage on. The alone whip is going to push him back off, though. What can he get at ledge? Chavo's been doing an incredible job at ledge trapping so far this set. And both of them kind of respecting each other's distance. Neutral in this matchup is so funny because the amount of time it takes Incineroar to get in is definitely comical, but the thing is that you can't really zone him the entire time, because if you miss any of those AHAs, they have a decent amount of time to their animation, so it does give Chavo the opportunity to run in. Right now, KB2 with a 50-ish, it's pretty much a 50% lead here. It's off by like 0.6. Chavo just misses the forward air, trying to push him back off stage, but the back air is going to do it. We're forced to recover high. And that time calls out the jump, not going off stage, just waiting for the aggressive jump from ledge. Chavo waiting out a bit of the time on Arsene here. So KB2 establishes the first stock lead so far. I want to see this go to the last stock last hit. I'm not gonna lie. This has been such a good set so far. Here we go. Chavo's trying to find his opening, finds the back air. Can he find anything? He's been respecting those AHA cancels off ledge, and he gets the F tilt, immediately answering back, not taking any damage on that stock, so able to completely mitigate anything. And only taking 5% off the up air too. But does get nared, gets hit by F tilt, continues to get pressured here. KB2 doing a solid job of keeping the pressure on. Oh, that's a whip though, and you take 31% immediately for that. So that's the thing with the neutral in this match. Like, you have to slowly get your damage racked on Incineroar, where Incineroar only needs to get 1 to 2 interactions and is back to even. Gets the jump call, reads him again, but that time Revenge was there, and he's gonna take, oh, he's not gonna take a lot of damage because he missed the timing on the alone whip. But that's another Revenge stack. If Chavo can find a hit with this, that is big damage. That is 2 stacks on deck right now. Speaking of which, 122% off of 1. All right, so we're back to even here. The great equalizer for sure, and catches him with the air-to-air trade. He's forced to go to ledge. Is he going to cover him with the roll-in? He had the read, but he just missed it. KB2, yeah, you see KB2 respectfully backing off. He's like, nope, I can't. I need to catch one of these straight aerials. Yo, but he gets hit on the air-to-air jump attempt, trying to force Chavo off stage, and instead gets hit by the forward air. Chavo potentially going to take the reset here, possibly in game number 5, unless KB2 can kind of get things back into shape. It's not that bad. It's only 134. But Chavo looking for the jump there. KB2 starts to put a lot of aerials out, trying to find his way in. Gets hit with the down tilt at the ledge. He's forced to recover with the up B, but Arsene is back into play. He does not roll on though. He does not get hit by the up tilt, and then he gets the back air. It is still a doable game for KB2 with only 53% on in Arsene, at least for half of a stock. If Chavo can find a few hits, it will get rid of Arsene, but you see that KB2 already just trying to put his AHAs out, just trying to get the damage. Gets 45%, calls him on the high recovery. He's forced to recover right in front of him, and then the forward smash is going to take it already at that low percent, and that is KB2 taking it over Chavo, preventing the reset, and that is going to be it. He died so early to that, but KB2 has gone for that quite a few times today, and